All right, SDNN listeners, we are back with another installment of the pod Behind the Package. I believe by now you know how this works, but in case not, Pod Behind is a deeper dive into a standout piece of journalism coming out of our newsroom. Today, I'm so happy to be here with fellow host and journalist, Jade Hindmon. Hi, Jade.
How's it going?
Good. I'm so excited we got to do this.
I am too. We get to gab. I'm ready.
I know. It took 9 months, but we're here now.
Yes.
You got to cover Giants, which was super, super cool. Tell me about the experience in general.
Oh, I mean, it was really an amazing experience and one that was really unique to San Diego. So it happened at the Museum of Contemporary Art, San Diego. And they had a red carpet. They had a party on the inside of the museum. They had all of this wonderful artwork from the Dean collection in there. So much that it's like you have to go back again to take it all in because there's just that much art. But, it was great. The red carpet, oh, my gosh. There were famous people there.
Which is nice. Sometimes we're not sure. Sometimes we're not. We're always appreciative when they show up and come.
Yes.
Who actually graced this carpet?
Oh, my gosh. Alicia Keys was there. Swizz Beatz was there because, of course, this is their personal art collection on display. Kelly Rowland was also there. So I was surprised to see her. I heard some rumors that Queen Latifah was going to show up at some point. Can't say if she did or didn't, but that's what was said.
Yeah. No, it was cool. It was probably one of the coolest nights I've seen since living here as far as an excitement. I think sometimes as somebody, I think we're both slightly new to the West Coast, me more than you a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think it's hard getting people from Los Angeles and certain cities to come on down here to San Diego. I feel like they think we got to come to them. So it was nice. I ran into people that came over from L.A. That was the first time I'd run into people from L.A. here. And I really believe that collection of art really built some hype. I believe the La Jolla Village News says the website crashed due to so many people trying to get tickets.
Oh, my gosh.
So, these are new, uncharted territories for chill San Diego.
Right. Well, hey, the Deans definitely bought it, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going.
Absolutely.
So that was really great.
Now, listen, before I get into exactly what you talked about and who at the carpet, let's get to know you just a little bit more, Jade. What initially led you to journalism in the first place?
Well, that's a loaded question there, Lawrence. But, there were a lot of things that led me to journalism. One being, I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. The 10 o'clock news comes on, and the only representation of Black people on the news are people who are in mugshots or these very vague, generic descriptions. Black male, white T-shirt, blue jeans, which could be anybody, right? So I figured, some change could come from within if I became a journalist. So that's one reason. I also grew up very disturbed with my history books and why there was no Black history in the history books. Why was there this inaccurate telling of history? And so, as they say, we're the people who write the first draft of history. So that's what I am. That's what we do. And then a lot of it, too. Finally, when I was in college, 9/11 happened, And when it happened, that solidified for me that, I definitely want to do more political journalism, hard news, that sort of a thing. But if we go back and we do an autopsy on how media covered 9/11, I as a student saw that there were so many questions that weren't being asked. In the aftermath of that. So, it's just me wanting to change some of those things and some of the things that I saw.
Absolutely. And of course, as the host of Midday Edition, did you initially start in radio? Did you want to end up in podcast? Was podcast something that almost timing and development you landed here? Because it's almost like it is radio. I mean, we can be honest. It's radio on demand. It's radio on demand. Radio when you watch it when you want. But talk to me about ending up in podcasts. What has the experience with podcasting been like for you?
It's been really good. I came from a television background. I was an anchor reporter. And then there was this opportunity to step on over into the radio podcasting side of things. And I absolutely love it because I get an opportunity to tell longer stories, if you will. I really enjoy being able to dig into an issue, with folks and just talk about things and really peel back the layers of the onion to help people better understand what's going on. So,
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah.
When you're doing TV, they're like, Jade, you can dig into that issue in under 5 minutes.
Exactly. No, in a minute 30, 45 seconds, go for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it gives you like that. It gives you the kind of space and the ability to really talk the beginning, the end, sometimes the after. You can reiterate.
Yes.
I mean, it really gives you that ability to leave no stone unturned in a way.
Exactly.
Awesome. And how are you liking the West Coast? I know you have Southern roots. I know, I'm a New York transplant. We are all here in San Diego making it home. How are
Yeah.
you liking it? I mean, the weather, I know, is hard to complain about.
It's really difficult to complain about. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the South. Went to Florida A&M, worked in the Southeast, but hometown is St. Louis, Missouri, the Midwest, even though we do have our country grammar, so they say. But
Hard turn.
yeah, I know, right? But the West Coast has been lovely. It was the prescription I needed, is what I tell people. The weather, the ability to go outside, to go for a hike. It's great. I met my family here, so it's good.
Okay, I love that. Talk to me about when you spoke to Alicia. What did you ask? What questions? What was your angling? Talk to me. Take us to that carpet.
So, when I talked to Alicia, I asked her, basically what the art in the collection calls people to do or reflect on. She talked about, all of the diversity in that collection. She talked about a piece from Hank Willis Thomas, who has a piece in there that is an X, right? And it's white and it's green, lines all across this painting. And so it actually isn't paint. The X is made out of inmate uniforms. hmm And then next to it, there's this sculpture of a police baton to draw attention and awareness to police brutality. So the curator of this event and the curator of this exhibit really did put some thought behind how they placed some of these pieces of art. But it really is one of those things where each piece tells a story.
Yeah, Giants not only speaks to the size of the art that was in the exhibit, but also speaks to the impact of the artist. I, of course, am a little biased because I love sculptures. I love oversized art. So
Yeah.
for me, that really was like right up my alley. I mean, seeing the huge, I think it's like 8,000-pound wheel.
Yes.
That was crazy. I mean, they had to
Yeah.
have a crane bring it in through special delivery, and it could only be on the bottom floor because the first floor doesn't support that weight.
No,
So we would have all
right.
been at risk.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they followed those instructions. Very, very happy. All 3 floors of the museum. A beautiful
great.
exhibit. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. And I thought the crowd that it brought out. I think this is
Yeah.
this is of course for Giants. This is the only West Coast stop. The rest of the stops, selfishly, of course, went to the East Coast, Midwest a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is the first West Coast stop being in San Diego, and
Yeah.
obviously they live here, so I know that's a portion of it is like the
Yes.
commute is shorter.
I mean, hey, this is the home base for them. But yeah, I loved all the work that was in there, especially like one of the first things you see when you walk in is sort of like, the turntables from Swizz Beatz. You see these bikes in there. You see Alicia Keys' piano in there. And when I spoke to them, they said they really wanted to give people a sense that, hey, this is home. A sense that you're welcome here. So there was really a lot of intention behind drawing the cultural connections. And you see this all throughout the museum. In addition to that, the event, let me just tell you, it was fabulous. It was fantastic. Aside from the art on the walls, I really just enjoyed seeing people. I mean, they dressed up. Fashion was their artistic expression, and I just loved it.
Absolutely. Did they talk at all about how much of the art was coming from their personal home? I know some of it came from, their filings and their, you got a little space, 1,000 square foot to just keep your art somewhere. But did they talk about any of them coming from their living room is now empty because it's in the museum? Did they speak to that?
You know what? They did not. But you know what does speak to it? Their Instagram page. Okay. You can see the beautiful walls of their home, and you see some of that same artwork on those walls. And wow, it makes me want to, turn my house into a gallery. If only I had the coins,
if,
you know?
if only, if only, if
Yeah.
only. Did Swizz Beatz speak to you at all?
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
what
course.
did Swizz have to say?
Hey.
Repping New York, of course.
He was really, talking about, again, making this place, making art more accessible for people and making people feel at home and welcomed into this space. And so that was one thing. They talked about hometown heroes and some of the artists they had there. Chata, MJ. They talked about just the importance of really, in every giant exhibition they put up, they want to make sure that there's this sense of place there and that they're giving local artists an opportunity to shine. They're elevating these local artists and some artists who otherwise wouldn't be in a gallery. So that's the intention behind this project.
Yeah, I love that. Hometown Heroes was probably, outside of all the big names that I maybe was familiar with and I saw an unreleased piece from them, Hometown Heroes, I think, was the single most touching part of it, the most passionate part of it, because you're seeing the people who grew up in San Diego, who are from San Diego, who, maybe represent Chicano culture or represent the more native culture to here. And to me, it's almost like a handshake between the two cultures where it's like, we're existing in this space. They filled the 3 floors with their art, mostly from Black artists, Black diaspora artists. But it really shows that how vast the Black diaspora touches. It doesn't just mean Black people.
Right.
It touches a little bit of everybody.
Everybody. Yes, it is.
A little bit of everybody, of course. No, Giants. This is really, really cool. We got to see the exhibit. You covered the red carpet, pink carpet. I think one more part about Giants that's interesting is the clothing. They did almost a clothing collection, like a capsule collection. There was a Giants trucker hat. There were T-shirts. There were hoodies.
Yeah.
And I really think it speaks to Black people in general, where it's like, we're going to give you a little art, we're going to play some music, and we're going to dance, and we also made a clothing collection for
Get
sale.
your swag, Yeah.
I love that. It really speaks to like almost a full 360 as far as art. We're not just putting our art on the wall, we're also wearing it, we're also showcasing it. We are art ourselves.
I'm telling you, we are. Yeah. I have such an appreciation for that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right, so Jade and I are going to make it back to Giants. We're going to see the whole exhibit again. It really is, like Jade said, it's not one that you can fully take in that first visit. Like, I walked through each floor, took notes, took pictures, loved the things, and then I'm like, I need to go back and check that out one more time. I need to go see that because I believe it's like over 125 pieces from over 30 artists. So it's really, really, really cool and vast, and it's going to be there for a while, so people should get to go there. Saturday, the day after was free. The first day was madness and hype.
Yes.
But the Giants and the Arts Collection, and I do think, in a way, Jay, do you feel like this type of event is something that San Diego needs culturally? Like, showing every city has their celebrities, every city has people who are figureheads. Swizz and Alicia, of course, have been San Diego based for a while. So this is almost them coming in and stepping up and bringing more hype and excitement and, of course, commerce to San Diego, which is cool. But I think it's cool because it almost centers them as like figureheads here,
It does.
Where they've been laying low before that.
They have been.
They've been hiding all that art.
In their shell. But, yeah, absolutely. This is what San Diego needs more of. It's certainly caught a lot of folks' attention. We need the culture. Not only just, for San Diego in general, but to really draw people into spaces that they typically don't get exposed to. And artists as well. I think that is really, people try to downplay the arts, but it really is the heartbeat of any city. So
yeah, and I think especially now when we talk about budget cuts, proposed budget cuts, we're in a deficit of over $100 million. And one of the first things they look to cut, of course, is the arts. Is the arts. And for a lot of us, I think for a lot of people, it's the reason they smile. It's nice that even if the weather's not okay, there's a beautiful mural. We love having museums that we can go on any day to come and check out art that we can't afford. We're saying this, we don't have access to it. So if we pay a little bit to go view it and observe and take away what it's supposed to give us, I think that the arts are powerful. I think we
Totally.
are slightly in agreement on that.
they tell stories. It connects us, right? And it's the flavor on any city. Without it, Mm. Mm.
Can't eat all day, you know. You gotta go walk and see some art. Can't eat all day. You gotta relax. Oh my gosh, Jade. Anything else you wanted to share with us from the Giants exhibit? Anything from the red carpet?
No, nothing else from the red carpet. I mean, it was really cool to cover. Very, it was awesome to speak with Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz and kind of see what they're about. And all I can say is go see the exhibit. Go see it, and then go see it again.
Absolutely. Giants, art from the Dean collection of Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys. Once again, this was Jade Hindmon of Midday Edition with us on Pod Behind the Package of her covering of Giants. Thank you so much for your time, Jade.
Hey, glad to do it. Thanks so much.